All right, Shalom. First, I want to say, Kal Halayim, Wahawad, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem B'chak Madash, and double the other apostles at Great Millstone, rule well. Salutations to you, Akim, that's doing this work with true sincerity. Shalom to the few Akwath that listen and learn. Today is December the 19th, 2021, almost the year 2022. Again, just out here preaching the downfall of Esau in this society and bringing the lost sheep, all right, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and so-called Native Americans, back to their heritage, which the Heavenly Father gave to us, and that's being the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, all right, and also telling the other nations their judgment, because there is a judgment. There is a judgment for you heathen, as well as a judgment for 2/3 of our people. All right, that won't be good. All right, it's going to be evil, which is coming from the Lord. Okay, so I'm going to go into the lost sheep today. This is Matthew 15 and 24, because the reason why I'm going to this subject matter, I'm touching on it first, is because it's going to spirit for how it will. But you got guys out there like Vocab Malone, you got James White, all the rest of these theologians, you got the Kemetic community that came up against us because we have the truth. All right, first and foremost, they know we got the truth. And so I'm going to touch on that subject. Shlaki. So basically, I'm going to touch on that subject today because everywhere you look, in these wacky-tacky Christianity places, they believe that all nations can be saved. But the Lord didn't come for all nations. The Lord came for the lost sheep. And this is out of the mouth of the Messiah himself, Yahweh Shai. Matthew 15. Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? And this is what the Messiah Yahweh Shai said. All right, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. You say Hamashiach because that's how you say the word Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. It's Mashiach, which means the anointed. Or Ha means the Mashiach means the anointed. So we say Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Alright, so he say he is sent, he say he is not sent, but, alright, the word but means except unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So why you have people trying to fit everyone in to that salvation? Alright, trying to do it. See? And that's what they try to do. That's why they come against us, because we haven't remained in that so-called universalism that we was raised in as a child, because a lot of us dragged into these so-called Christian churches, whether it's Roman, Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, what have you. All right? And they teach you in there that they say God love everybody, referring to St. John 3 and 16. But it's not so. Because when you go in the scripture, it doesn't say he loved everybody. All right? And so the lost sheep, again, is the Israelites, because we became lost sheep because we had lost our way, which is keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. Isaiah 49:20. What's like Isaiah 49:21. It says, "Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these, saying, I have lost my children, and am desolate, and captive, and removing to and fro. And who had brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. Where had they been?" See, first and foremost, the children is the prophet Isaiah is talking about is the children of Israel. All right, who was left desolate? The land of Israel. Well, who made it desolate? You Edomites, and you rescue heathen, but primarily the Edomites. Well, how do we know that? We'll go to the book of Psalms 137. Psalms 137 and verse 7 says, "Remember, O Lord, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." Yeah. What's that talking about? It mentions Edom, right? It mentions Edom. All right. It's talking about the so-called white man. All right. Because he's not white, he's red. Edom means red. Right? Did not they make Jerusalem desolate? We're going to get into that because even Yahweh Shah said that. All right. The Edomites. We go into history about the siege of Jerusalem, right, which the siege of Jerusalem in itself was a horrific event, all right, that took place when you had the Edomites ransack Jerusalem. They burned down the temple. All right, starting with you had this guy Vespasian. You had Vespasian, which is an Edomite, so-called white man. You had his son Titus, because it was Titus. It was Vespasian's son Titus. All right, Vespasian's son Titus, the one that actually entered into the temple. All right, it burned it. All right, and that's where you get the Ark of Titus from. All right, it's a celebration. All right, of the Edomites, which are so-called white people, burning down Jerusalem. Which, like I said, Vespasian and his son Titus, they besieged Jerusalem. Matthew 24:15. And this is Yahweh Shai talking about the Romans, man. It says, Matthew 24:15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. It says, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Right, because the whole span of uh, about 66 AD, all right, to 783, excuse me, 66 AD to 73 AD was a span of years where this siege, all right, a good siege on Jerusalem took place. See, they took Jake down, man. All right. Now let's go to the curses. Because the bitch that curses. Which this is prophecy, man. All right, what I'm reading here is prophecy. Yahweh Shah said, when you see the abomination of desolation, what it say? It said the abomination of desolation. Now, who was he was referring to? He was referring to Esau, Edom, the Romans, man. All right, now, again, I'm going to the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. And it reads, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So this is what the Most High told Moses to tell to us. That if we didn't keep what? The covenant, the laws, commandments, statutes, that we would be cursed from the Heavenly Father. See? Now let's go to the siege part. Moving down to verse 28, verse 50. Well, yeah, 49, slightly. It says, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall, well, stop right there for a moment. That's talking about the Romans, because the Romans had conquered the known world at that time, and they was going into these different lands, just like the Romans do today, which are the Edomites, so-called white people. All right, they set up what? Occupancy, which they have military posts. All right, once they took down the people of that land, and they set up these military posts to enforce Roman rule, just like America do today. They go into the lands, which the Americans, the so-called white man in America is Esau, and the rest of his counterparts over in Europe. All right, no matter what country or what title they go by today, they're Edomites, man. Whoever descended from Esau, Edom. All right, by the bloodline of your fathers. The reason I said that because you're going to have Israelites that look like Edomites. That's why I said those that go back to Esau, Edom. All right. Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kin, or flock of flocks of thy sheep until he have destroyed thee. Which that was going on. You know? They was destroying the when you go into the history, they was destroying the food storehouses. Okay, they was destroying the food storehouses, and that caused a great famine. Okay, so it says, verse 52, continuing on, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. Wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy power has given thee. So this actually happened, where you can even YouTube the besiege of Jerusalem, how these devils came in there, all right, and ransacked this whole city. So they got to the temple, and when they got in the temple, finally they burned it down. This is all secular history I'm reading out of the Bible. These devils did this. And now they want to be the Jews, man. That's crazy, man. You did this to the Jews, and now you want to be the Jews. What kind of shit is that? Verse 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power hath given thee, in the siege, and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. So this is actually what took place. These devils cut off all the food supply. All right. See, you so-called Negroes, you the ones, all right, that are the Jews, and you're the ones that was being besieged in Jerusalem. See? And pretty much, when you cut off all your food supply, you resort to cannibalism. That's what it means when it say eat the fruit of thy own body, man. All this history, you know, only a fucking nigga think that this is a white man's book. The Bible is the book of the Negro, the book of the Latino, the book of the Native American man. All right? But you niggas don't know shit. You gonna listen to these devils and die out here, man. All right? These devils gonna cause you to be put to death. Fucking niggas, man. This is for you. You're the ones in Jerusalem being besieged, man. Alright? And y'all said that because this nigga, alright, looking at me like I'm strange. Ain't no excuse for you tribes, man. Alright? Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. Another word for black is dark. Said in the crowd of Jerusalem is going up. And in 70 AD, when it was fully besieged, they finally got to the temple. All right? You're the people that was being stretched. You was the people that had to resort to cannibalism. And you had remnants of the northern tribes there. All right? A few of us was over there. But for the most part, it was the tents of Judah. Okay? But the point I'm making is, this is your history, man. Our history, man. Our history of our people, man. Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he had nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. So this is what happened, man. Now you want to be the fucking Jews when you did this shit to the real Jews, man. That don't make no sense, man. That's a devil for you, man. Goddamn devils want to be Jake. Well, you was the one that was doing this to Jake during that time. See? They don't want this history to come out, man. That's the reason why they don't want us teaching this Bible. Because this Bible condemns them. This Bible tell you how the real, now it's not a color thing, but it tell you how the real Israelites look for the most part. Even though you have Israelites looking like other nations. Remember, the Most High said what? His heritage, which is the Most High's heritage, is us Israelites. So we're like a speckled bird. A speckled bird of many, it has many colors. That's why you got to make mention of that, because not every Israelite going to look like a so-called Negro. Not every Israelite going to look like a so-called Latino. Not every Israelite going to look like a so-called Native American. Okay? Jake have kids. Matter of fact, one of my clients yesterday, all right, I was cutting his hair, and the woman he got, I perceive her to be a Edomite, right? Now, this Edomite, she had learned Spanish. He got with a so-called Mexican, which is an Issacharite, the tribe of Issachar. And she learned Spanish. She speaks Spanish to him, and he got a son with her. A son about 7-8 months. Now this little boy, he had Issacharite, features, but for the most part, you first look at him, you think he a little Edomite baby, man. Because he didn't really have no brownness to him. His dad was clearly hazel brown, light brown, a cake unturned, as the scriptures say. He was almost a solid brown, he was nice shaded brown. But his son, like a straight up Edomite almost. All right, this is his direct lineage. See, but the point I'm making is, you actual Edomites, you're the ones that was the Romans. You're the ones that actually besieged Jerusalem. Now you got these devils in Jerusalem, all right, act like they're the people. They're descended from the people that actually were besieged. See? That doesn't even make no sense. That's why Arthur Kessler was like, how did the Jews leave black and come back white? That's what he said, man. First Esdras 4 and 45. Well, I'll go up a bit. This is on the time of Cyrus that came out of the Media Persians. First Esdras 4 and 42. Then said the king unto him, ask what thou wilt, more than is appointed in the writing, and we will give it thee, because thou art found wisest, and thou shalt sit next to me, and shall be called my cousin. Then said he unto the king, remember thy vow, which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day when thou camest to thy kingdom, and to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart, when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. That's another count. See? This is another account when you burnt, when you made Jerusalem desolate. You have to show your temple then. See? So Esau, you're on record, man, for destructive actions towards the Most High's people, all right, in our land. It says, thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. So that's another historical point, man. All right. Now you, like I said, now you got them in the land of Israel. After your history and nothing but destroying the land of Israel, now you want to be an Israelite. What a fucking devil, man. All right. The nerve of Esau, man. The nerve of this red, hairy, cunning hunter. All right. Doesn't make any sense. All right. See, what you're going to come to find out is that the Most High, all right, got a special judgment for you Edomites, man. You so-called white people. It's called thermonuclear fire. See? That's what the Most High got in store for you, man. All right? You devils ransacked the temple, man. Let's get another account of that. I'm only reading from the Bible, man. We understand why you want the Bible to be banned. Because you don't want to be Esau. You don't want to be Edom. But the Most High made you to be Esau, Edom. The description and the characteristics fit you, Esau. Mr. White Man. Second Maccabees 6. I find myself brings out a lot. Second Maccabees 6:1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Heavenly Father, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus, and that in garrison of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. This is where you get the word profane from. This is why Paul said what he said in Hebrews, the 12th chapter, the 16th verse, the 17th verse. All right? Because profane means outside the temple. Because who did that? Or who was that referring to? The Edomites, Esau, that was bringing things into the temple that was not supposed to be in the temple. Verse 3, the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people. For the temple was filled with riot and revelry by the Gentiles, who dotted with harlots, and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful. See? The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbidden. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. See, just like today in America, you got you Israelites, you get ready to celebrate Christmas. Which the Bible clearly speaks against Christmas. Alright? You celebrate the fake Easter, which these devils taught you. Alright? You celebrate fucking New Year's, which these devils taught you. Alright? You celebrate the 4th of July. Celebrate these devils' independence. Alright? You ain't independent. Alright? You still a slave. We're still slaves. Alright? I should say, not Europe, but we. Because I'm Israelite too. We are still slaves. No one freed us. Alright? This was called Hellenization back then. Alright? And today you would call it Americanization, or being Americanized. Like you had Hellenization, or you would say the Jews were Hellenized. See, same thing. Ain't nothing new under the sun, as the scriptures tell us. Alright? And we know it to be true. Alright? But back to my point, the Edomites was the ones that destroyed and did profane things in the temple. Alright? So who gonna pay for that, Esau? Alright, we pay for our iniquities. Alright, we went to all these different captivities. Alright? We had to pay for our evil doings. See? So how much more you? Alright? This is the book of Jeremiah. Chapter 49. Says, but thus saith Yahweh. Matter of fact, let's go up a bit. Shalaki, let's go up. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Yeah, right now, you're ruling right now, Esau. See? But you spoiled many nations since you've been in power. As you always did, though. All right?